All right, ENTV today. Welcome Jini Wimmer from Women's Empower Network to the stage, to the studio. Welcome here, Jini.
Thank you, Amos.
All right, so for those of you who have a calling, who have something you know you can't shake, I'm going to turn Jini loose so she can tell you her story that involves stuff very near and dear to her heart of why she even began her Catapult journey, signing up to the program, launching Women's Empower Network, which is now at like 3,700 members, and you're 6 months and a few days old. So Jini Wimmer, welcome here. Please fire hose us, as I like to do to you. Please fire hose us with the story behind Women's Empower Network. You're going to want to hear this story. Please, Jini.
Well, we'll just start at the point where a few years ago, I lost my husband and I witnessed him die with his dream in him. And my whole life, I knew I had a calling, but I didn't answer it for multiple reasons, feeling insecure, not wanting to be in the front line, not wanting to be seen. We make jokes in the group. I'm the reluctant leader. I've avoided it. I made a science out of not showing up my whole life. And then I decided that I didn't want to get to the end of my life with regrets for not having shown up and answered the call and knowing that there was something that something that I was supposed to be doing. So I wasn't exactly clear yet. So I went and got a life coaching certification and did that training. And then after, it's like, well, how the heck do I find people? And then I was creating a course, and this is just my personal belief, my journey, that, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You put out the prayer, I call it, to the universe, and it'll answer in the most unusual ways. So I had a friend, it took me 3 times to listen to her message to join ENTV today. I went on what he called a first date, and it was the first time I was on camera to a group. And then they suggested I do an interview with you, Amos. And you remember I had to do it out of my car because I live like 12 miles out of town in the mountains, no internet. So I drove into town. I have it hanging over my rear view mirror, doing this interview with you. And,
I
kind
remember
of
this.
stumbling through. And at the end of it, we got offline and you were telling me about this program called Catapult. And I don't even remember like the content of it. It was just, I felt your heart. And it was a message about, creating a niche-based group and reaching out. And so without a second thought, I signed up. I had to borrow some money to do it. I do not regret that to this day. It's one of the best investments I have ever made. And the personal growth, not even talking about my business or what it's doing for other people that I serve, just the personal growth and the camaraderie in the last 6 months. I've never had anybody like Amos before, who's right there in the trenches with you. He's not just feeding you material and you go do it. He is right there with you. And that's unique and special. And then our cohorts, to have other people that are in it with you and just feel the fear and do it anyway, and do it messy, do it ugly. It's the personal growth is amazing. The business side of it, why I thought I signed up for Catapult and started this Women's Empower Network, and what it is today, we were just talking offline. I just had our very first founders forum. As he said, we're 3,700 women strong now. I interview mostly entrepreneurs, and I realize I have a bigger calling. I mean, we make jokes like I'm the reluctant leader, that 3 weeks in, I'm like, oh shit, I'm in a leadership role. I don't know how I feel about that. I've like avoided it all my life. And I'm at a place in time where I couldn't anymore. It's a lot of times the thing you're avoiding, the thing you're most scared of, I think it's the thing that you're supposed to be doing. Um, so yeah, so that brought me here today, and just talking to these women, and I've now interviewed women in 13 different countries. We have women in our group from 89 other countries, and the vision that's evolving from this, and what I can see and how I could be service of women who could be service to women, who could be service to women, and creating this rippling effect gets really super exciting. I'll
Oh,
stop now.
and growth you have enjoyed, because I remember there's times where, we all have our own growth edge. What's the furthest we've gone? And I'm so proud of you, Jini, because I've seen you push through yours and tell me, I don't want to do this. I don't feel like it. And I'm kind of pissed off right now, but I'll do it because you're telling me. And I'm so proud of you for being so real about it. Because look at what's happened, and you're only, what, 6 months and a couple days old. Not even 6 months and a week old yet. And to have an all-women's group that's blown up to 3,700 women organically with no paid ads, none of that stuff, no cold DMing, you're just holding space. Not only, blows up your coaching business as you now start monetizing, but also the global reach you have. So what are the women in your community? Do they ever ask you, how are you doing this, Jini? How have you done this?
They are, and they struggle that with a lot. And that was one of the message. It was kind of two parts. One is learn how to authentically and clearly share what their message is. And the second one is how to attract, because women were more receptive kind of women that go out there and make it happen. It's how to attract the people that need to hear our message and our gifts and our services. And so it's very profound, when you have trust and you just keep showing up, doing what you need to do, how you attract what you need.
So if someone's in your position and they feel called, but they feel scared, nervous, excited, but what do you say to them? Like, with your
Oh my
experience now?
God, call BS on yourself. I think about 6 months ago, I was petrified to be seen, to be exposed and to be vulnerable. And I just one day, literally, I'm just called BS on myself, belief system, and just sucked it up and did it anyway. And then on the other side of it, it's like, well, why did I waste this? It was smoke and mirrors. It is smoke and mirrors. It's not real. Just take the action and it all just kind of goes away.
Well, proud of you, Jini. I'm going to link Women's Empower Network, the founder of the group above, so you can go and check out if you're a female. Well, you can get on the homepage and see how many members are there if you want to check that out. But to get in, you got to be a woman, obviously, and any women in the ENTV that want a powerful all women's group, check out the group. Jini would love to. If you want to be interviewed or just want to watch, participate, there's all sorts of opportunities there. New ones that are just launching in the next couple of weeks here. So thanks, Jini, for being on and doing this. It's always a pleasure. I love your veracity. You just go at it. You're just like, you have so much fuel in your furnace that's going off. It's inspired.
Thank you. Well, you're a huge part of that, Amos. I'm telling you, if somebody wants to join Catapult, this couldn't be a more safer, encouraging, put your money where your mouth is kind of group. We're here all helping each other.
And what a ride it is. So calling all leaders, if you have in Jini's group or an Women's Empower Network or an ENTV, if you want to chat with Jini, reach out to her. I'll tag her in this if you want to talk with her first person. If you want to talk with me, comment, just mention me or comment Catapult and I'll get with you. And the price of Catapult goes up to $7,000 September 1st. Right now it's $5,250. There are payment plans if you need that available, because we want to make sure anyone that wants it can get in. So Jini, thanks for being here. And ENTV, thanks for watching, and we're going to bounce.